What are the different domestic surveillance programs? Have you ever wondered how the government keeps tabs on its citizens? Domestic surveillance programs are initiatives that monitor communications and activities within a country, mainly for national security. However, many people, especially those who support libertarian principles, view these programs with skepticism. They raise concerns about privacy and the potential for government overreach. One of the most notable programs is the Terrorist Surveillance Program. This initiative, also known as the National Security Agency Warrantless Wiretapping Program, began after the September 11th attacks in 2001. It allowed the National Security Agency to monitor phone calls, emails, and other communications involving individuals inside the United States without obtaining a warrant. The justification was that at least one party in the communication was believed to be outside the country. However, this led to the collection of many communications involving U.S. citizens. Critics argue this violates the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Another program is Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act amendments. Passed in 2008, this law allows the National Security Agency and other agencies to conduct warrantless surveillance on foreign nationals outside the United States. A significant loophole exists here. If a foreign target communicates with someone inside the U.S., those communications can also be collected without a specific warrant for the U.S. person. This practice is often referred to as backdoor surveillance and raises serious privacy concerns. The Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act established a special court known as the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court to oversee requests for surveillance warrants related to national security. While these court orders requiring judicial approval, critics argue the process is secretive and lacks sufficient oversight. In urgent situations, the National Security Agency can conduct surveillance for up to 3 days without a warrant but must then seek court approval. Various federal, state, and local agencies also conduct surveillance using tools such as license plate readers and facial recognition technology. These practices are often justified as necessary for public safety. However, many libertarians worry about the erosion of privacy and the risk of mission creep, where tools intended for specific threats are used for broader purposes. From a libertarian viewpoint, these domestic surveillance programs pose a direct threat to individual liberty and the right to privacy. The Fourth Amendment's requirement for probable cause and a warrant before government intrusion is seen as a fundamental safeguard. Warrantless surveillance undermines this protection, allowing government agencies to collect vast amounts of data on innocent individuals without meaningful oversight. Libertarians advocate for strict limits on government surveillance, robust judicial oversight, and greater transparency. They emphasize the need for reforms to close loopholes that allow for the bulk collection of data on U.S. citizens and to strengthen protections against unwarranted government intrusion. In summary, while domestic surveillance programs are often justified for national security, they raise significant concerns about privacy and individual rights. Understanding these programs is essential for anyone interested in the balance between security and liberty in a democratic society.